message on the ceiling, hieroglyphic images depicted visions of war scenes, calamity, catastrophes, bodies I pulled apart is how I learned anatomy. I wouldn't say I suffer from insanity, I say I'm glad you sleep. Rap black magic wizardry, biologically change a human being.
What's up, internet? Brian Spillwell here with another episode. How's everybody doing? Beautiful Saturday after work, chilling. About to get a little stunt session. Not that I'm already not doing it here. Hopefully this van gets out of my damn way. Yeah, so what I wanted to talk to you guys today about was a little bit of tips and tricks on life, basically. Lately I've been getting a few DMs on the old Instagrams of younger cats asking me what they should do to be a little bit more successful in life. How can they make a little bit more money, and what kind of road to follow. Yeah, so posting and all that, I think some of the younger people see all these things, and they as well want to have some of these things, and I thought I could help and tell you guys how I gained a little bit of capital, and how I was able to buy a house so young, and have all these motorcycles and luxuries of the sort. So a little background: I came from a really poor family. We had one car, one small ass house, no AC, no heat, barely shoes sometimes. And I was able to thrive through just working and surrounding myself with more successful people than myself. That's something that is a constant, and I still do to this day in anything that I want to pursue. Obviously I'm stunt riding now, and what do? I surround myself with killers. I surround myself with some of the best, even in not having asking them for tips necessarily. I just sit there and I study them. I watch footwork, movement, hand movement on brakes, just posture. Be successful. You want to surround yourself with people who have been through certain things, who can kind of help guide you in the right path. Because most of your friends, all they want to do is go to the club every night, sell some drugs, and pick up some girls. And hey, it's fun time to time to doing that, but if you really look at the money you spend, you waste going out every night, drinks, this and that, you can actually live a much better life if you take some of that money, even for a couple months, a year maybe, and invest it in yourself, invest it in something that you want to do. Like for me, I bought some Boston Terriers back in the day, with the first little bit of money I got from taxes. Spent about $2,000, and basically with that $2,000, oh man, I had so many litters of puppies. I just recently quit. I'm only studying the males now, but you got to think, okay, I invested $2,000 in dogs, and I had each litter probably 7 to 10 puppies, which I sold for $1,000 to $1,200 with their tails docked and their declawed, their extra claw. And at the same time I was doing that, I was using some of that money to buy compressors, to fund all the tools in my garage, the powder coating stuff, all my paint guns, which those ended up, being investments, things that I used that turned into having money as well. And with that money, I ended up buying, my first motorcycle. All this while I was continue to work. Of course, I always had a full-time job. That's one thing that is key. Go somewhere you can be comfortable, make some decent money, and always know your self-worth and your value. If you're capable of doing better, pursuing better, go for it. Always shoot your shot. That's another key thing I always tell people. You can't be afraid, you can't quit, and invest in yourself. Those are like 3 of the most important things. And like I said, in investing in yourself, for me, like I said, I was doing tools. I know how to paint. I worked for DuPont back in the day, painting big old travel trailers and recreational vehicles. So I knew, on the side when I wasn't working or taking vacations, I could paint a car here or there in a day and make, $500 to $1,000 easy. And that was, you know, part of me investing, you know, money into tools and stuff for myself. You know, as well, another little investment that I did, you know, it not necessarily for everybody, but the music thing. I record, I produce stuff out of my house, I make beats, and you know, that was a lot of money for my studio, everything in there. There's thousands of dollars, but then again, it's paid back. You know, I've produced tracks for people, videos and stuff of that sort, so it's always paid me back. You know, it's not just a toy, you know, or, you know, it's definitely fun, it's a hobby, don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's a tool, you know. To me, it's another tool that I invested on, something that I can make money on the back end while I'm still, again, having fun, you know, doing my own time. You know, and one of the biggest misconceptions, you know, is going out, you know, literally add that stuff up. It used to drive me crazy because I literally add up everything, how much gas I'm spending, how much fast food. So I love to cook. I love to, you know, go as minimal as possible, spend like $60 on some groceries and literally be able to cook chicken, beef, steaks for 2 weeks, eat really good, you know. And you know, you go fast food every day, you're spending 10 here, 10 there, you do it 3 times a day, you know, you're definitely at a loaded, you know, fridge full of great food, you know, within 2 days, you know. And that's another waste of money, and you know, a waste of money that you can invest in yourself or into something else to make money. You know, everybody thinks, you know, it's just, you can do stocks, but stocks, you have to have a really big buy-in. So I suggest you start somewhere small, like I said, in something that you can do that you know produces money. You know, something that you're good at. If you're good at, you know, waxing and polishing cars, you know, take care of clear coat and what grit sandpapers to get, you know, a really good gloss on, you know, invest in stuff like that and putting it out and getting some cards out, you know. Yeah, so tons of different things that you can invest in yourself. And hey, another one is riding motorcycles. Now I work on bikes, paint wheels, this, that, and the other. We'll be right back. Back to what I was saying, talking about investing on bikes and working on them too, as well as a side hustle. It's really a good trade if you learn basic mechanics, you know, oil changes and stuff like that. You can definitely make you some side money doing that. And I'm going to tell you guys one of my biggest investments that I think you can personally do, and you don't have to do it by yourself, and it's pretty easy. It's a lot easier than people think. And what that thing is buying a house. Now, a lot of people think like you need like 20 grand, you know, 15 grand. There's programs out there for you, especially, let me make sure this is on, first time buyer programs that you can literally get in like a $200,000 house for 5 to 6 grand, pay no closing costs, and you know, within a few years that $200,000 house, you know, like in my case, went from 220 to now between 307 to 320, and that's in a matter of 4 years. So just imagine doing that. Whoa. This place is a little, just imagine doing that, you know, 4 years, you and a roommate, you know, go house, put your, you know, your guys' tax returns together, get a house, you know, buy something reasonable to where you can, you know, live there comfortably still, and then the value is going to go up, you know, in a few years. You don't even got to wait for it necessarily. You can sell it in 2 and walk away with, you know, extra 30 grand, you or you and a buddy or you and a girl, whatever the case may be. That's like one of the best things to do that I would think if you would want to invest in something, because as well, obviously, you can do so much at your own crib, you know. You can, you know, like I said, once I got, well, I've always lived on my own, but I was renting for a while on the hood, but once I bought my house, like, oh man, like I said, I started doing all kinds of crazy stuff, you know. You'd set up your garage to make you money like I do in my case. But you know, there's a lot of ways to be really successful, and you know, just to live a comfortable life and be able to have free time and do whatever the hell you want, you know, like my case. Because I feel like I hardly work and I'm living a pretty relaxing life, making decent money, and I get to ride, so I'm pretty happy. I may not have a Ferrari or nothing expensive, but hey, I'm having fun. Terrible trying to save that. Yeah, but you know, even when I first initially bought my house, I had sold my first street bike, my Yamaha R6S, you know, for the down payment money, and I ended up not even needing it, you know, sadly. But whoa, led me to the Gixxer, you know, so I can't complain. And then more and more bikes, obviously, so got this baby. Yeah, I bought this Grom literally during the process of refinancing my crib, and you know, when you do that, your payments go down and you don't got to pay your mortgage for like sometimes 2-3 months. In my case, it was like 3 months. So you know, you save money doing that too, and then like I said, your payments will get cheaper and the value of your house continues to go up. You know, it's a win-win. So one of my biggest things, if you could, you know, hey, go towards a house. Nothing like buying your own house, you know, before you're 30. I say that's a win. I mean, the process does take a while, escrow and all that stuff, but oh man, it's well worth it for sure. So like I said, the biggest thing, don't be afraid to invest in yourself and something that you believe in doing and think that you know you're gonna be good at. You know, like I said, everything takes patience, takes time, just like wheeling. You know, you don't wheelie the first day, first try. Take time. Whew. Oh yeah, if you're wondering why the bike looks weird, I'm getting ready to straighten the frame out later today. Yeah, so hopefully this video, you know, helps somebody out, helps one of you guys, you know, maybe gives you a little courage to step into a direction of some sort, you know, figure out what you want to do. Like I said, there's so many ways to invest your time and money. Like I said, and your time is one of the most valuable things. Like I said, you don't want to be going to the club every day, getting drunk, waking up hungover, because then you're not going to get anything done like that. So, you know, stick to your P's and Q's and practice some self-discipline. And like I said, hang around successful people, you know, who has like-minded goals as yourself. You know, that way it helps keep you motivated.
Black magic wizardry, biology change a human being's chemistry, heavy metal, dark white ministry, a minor threat, reset your whole existence street with a single bar that crack is lit. So